Good morning, everyone. Today we'll be starting with the next class, that is application of Biot's and Sievert's law. Okay. Now, in the Biot's and Sievert's law, the first application is about the current in a straight long wire. When I say about a straight long wire, we can consider that the wire is an infinitely long wire. Okay. Then the second application is if a current is flowing in a circular arc of a wire. So, what would be the magnetic field at the center of the circular arc? And the third one is the axial magnetic field produced by the current in the circular loop. Okay, but as of now we'll be learning about the current in the straight long wire. That we'll be learning it today in this lecture. Okay, so what we say is that suppose if I have a straight long current carrying wire, okay, and this wire is carrying a current in the upward direction. This is the direction of current. Okay, let us say the magnitude of current that is carried by the conductor is I. Okay, now let us say that there is a point P which is kept at a distance R from the length of the conductor. So if I say a small elemental length dl, in this small elemental length dl, if I join this elemental length to the point P, okay, so the length of the vector we call it as r bar and the magnitude of it is small r. Okay, so the length makes an angle theta with respect to the line joining the point P. As you know that the Biot's law में जो sin theta होता है, theta is the angle between the length of the vector and the line joining the point P. So if I say this angle is theta, can I say the inner angle will be pi minus theta? Because it is in linear pair. Okay, got it clearly? So in order to find the magnetic field at point P, see, Biot's and Sievert's law will give you the calculation to find the magnitude of magnetic field. It will just tell you about the magnitude of magnetic field. If I want to know the direction at point P, what I'll do is I'll go by right hand thumb rule. Okay, wherein what is right hand thumb rule? If the thumbs of a finger is showing the direction of current, then the curled fingers will indicate the direction of magnetic field. So when I say at point P, the curled fingers are moving into the plane of paper, so circle with a cross. This indicates the direction of magnetic field at point P. Okay, so now in order to know the magnitude of magnetic field, what we do is we will consider the Biot's and Sievert's law, and so we say that the small amount of magnetic field is given as mu naught by 4 pi IDL sin theta by r square. Okay, so IDL sin theta by r square. Okay, now if I want to know the magnitude of magnetic field at point P, so what we say is that this is an infinitely long conductor, but what we have considered is only the upper half. The length of the conductor is infinity, but if I say the magnetic field because of the upper half of the length, okay, if I say about the magnetic field because of upper half of the length, by symmetry I can say that for the lower half it will also remain the same. Okay, so when I say about the magnetic field, the total magnetic field because of the long wire, we can say it as twice the length from 0 to infinity. Now 0 to infinity can be from 0 to infinity, as well as it can go from 0 to minus infinity. Okay, so I can say minus infinity to plus infinity, but if I split it into two half, I can say it as twice 0 to infinity because of the symmetry. So 2 times the delta B. Okay, मतलब हमने नीचे वाला लेंथ कंसिडर नहीं किया, which can also go to infinity and the upper half can also go to infinity, but due to symmetry whatever is the magnetic field because of the upper half, the same will be the magnetic field because of the lower half, because the direction of current is the same. Okay, so what we can do is we can write it as 2 times of mu naught by 4 pi integration 0 to infinity I dl sine theta by r square. Okay, now when I say about the r value, what is that r value? Look over here. If I consider a triangle, okay, this is small r, this is capital R, okay, and this angle is theta, pi minus theta. Okay, so I can say that sine pi minus theta is capital R by small r. Okay, so sine pi minus theta is also sine theta, so I can say small capital R by small r, which I can write it as capital R by under root of L square plus R square. Okay, got it clearly? So what I can say now is this dl element, okay, dl into sin theta को हम लोग लिख सकते हैं r value. Okay, so we can say the small magnitude b as mu naught I by 2 pi 0 to infinity dl into what is sin theta? Look over here. What is the value of sin theta? Sin theta is capital R by under root of r square plus L square. So I can say r by under root of capital L square plus r square into what is small r square equal to L square plus r square. So L square plus r square also. So we can say that mu naught I by 2 pi integration 0 to infinity r into dl upon L square plus r square whole raised to 3 by 2. Now when I say about this integration ना, इसका इंटीग्रेशन होता है, अगर मैंने इंटीग्रेशन किया तो मुझे कैसे करना है? देखो r मेरा डिस्टेंस कॉमन है, वो कांस्टेंट है, उसको मैं बाहर ले लूँगा. सो आई विल से इट एज म्यू नॉट I by 2 pi r integration 0 to infinity dl upon r square plus L square the whole raised to 3 by 2. This value of 3 by 2 will be equal to 1 upon r square. Okay, capital R square, sorry, capital R square. Okay, so we'll say mu naught I by 2 pi into capital R into 1 upon r square. Okay, this is known as the magnetic field. R gets cancelled, so the magnetic field value will be mu naught I by 2 pi r. This is the magnetic field because of the because of the straight long current carrying conductor. So this is for a total length. Okay, this equation 1 represents the magnetic field because of the total length. If I want to know the magnetic field due to the semi-infinite length of a straight wire, okay, so it will be half of this equation number 1. So if I say about the magnetic field B due to semi-infinite straight wire, we say the net magnetic field will be half of the equation number 1. Yes or no? Semi-infinite length, SM. Okay, so we can say it as mu naught I by 4 pi r. Okay, so magnetic field because of the semi-infinite length is mu naught I by 4 pi r. Getting it clearly? This is our equation number 2. Okay, so if you check over here, you will come to know that the magnetic field is inversely proportional to the distance of the wire. Okay, magnetic field is what? Inversely proportional to distance of the wire. Getting it clearly? अभी देखो ये कैसे आपको मिला? Listen carefully. How did you get this value? That is integration of 0 to infinity as the value of 1 upon r square. ये जस्ट मैं आपको आपके अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए बता रहा हूँ, ठीक है? जस्ट फॉर योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग आई विल जस्ट लेट यू नो हाउ इट इज़ कमिंग ओवर हियर. So what I'll consider is, let us say that L is equal to R tan theta. ओके, इंटीग्रेशन में आप परफॉर्म करते होंगे ना, एक्स स्क्वायर प्लस ए स्क्वायर है तो एक्स को आप क्या सब्स्टिट्यूट करते हो, ए tan थीटा. सो यू विल गेट डी एल इज इक्वल टू आर सेक्स स्क्वायर थीटा डी थीटा. ओके, सो 0 to pi by 2 you will get it as r sec square theta d theta upon r cube tan square theta plus 1 the whole raised to 3 by 2. r square हो जाएगा 1 upon r square 0 to pi by 2 sec square theta d theta divided by, अभी 1 plus tan square theta क्या होता है, what is 1 plus tan square theta, we write it as sec square theta, and sec square theta the whole raised to 3 by 2 क्या होगा, sec cube theta. तो sec square theta sec theta कैंसिल हो जाएगा, तो 1 upon r square इंटीग्रेशन क्या आएगा 0 to pi by 2 cos theta d theta. Okay, so for this value we will say it as integration of cos theta is sin theta, है ना. So you will say it as 1 upon r square sin theta limit is 0 to pi by 2. So you will get it as 1 upon r square 1 minus 0. So the value comes out as 1 upon r square. So that is why we say integration of 0 to infinity as dl upon r square plus l square whole raised to 3 by 2 as 1 upon r square. Getting it clearly? Okay. आपको उसका कुछ ज़रूरत नहीं, आपको डायरेक्टली लिखना है दैट इंटीग्रेशन 0 to infinity dl upon r square plus l square the whole raised to 3 by 2 as 1 upon r square. Okay.